Thanks for inviting us in. It's 6 o'clock. Anne Marie's over in Italy covering the Winter Olympics. We want to begin this Friday night with the latest on that shooting of a Tippecanoe County judge and his wife. The person facing the most charges is the final person to appear in court. Our Rich Nye shares new details on the alleged conspiracy that police say Nevaeh Bell played a large role in planning. Rich?
6 people are now in jail, all with bail set in the millions of dollars, in a case that has many disturbing layers. 23-year-old Nevaeh Bell made her initial court appearance in Cass County. Bell faces 12 felony charges, including attempted murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the shooting of Tippecanoe County Judge Stephen Meyer and his wife Kimberly.
How far have you gone in school?
Some college.
Court records say Bell is the girlfriend of 43-year-old Thomas Moss. He was set to go on trial in Judge Meyer's court 2 days after the shooting.
In January of 2026, Raylan Ferguson, Thomas Moss, Blake Smith, and Nevaeh Bell did meet and create a plan for Ferguson to shoot and kill Judge Stephen Meyer and Kimberly Meyer.
Court records say that Bell and the 3 men planned to kill the alleged victim in Moss's trial to prevent her testimony. Blake Smith allegedly bought the gun. Bell helped finance Raylan Ferguson's trip to Pennsylvania and provided a photo of the woman Ferguson was to kill. Court records say when that plan failed, the group turned their focus to killing Judge Meyer and hatched the plan in Bell's basement. Ferguson was allegedly supposed to break into the judge's house, make Kimberly tie up her husband with zip ties, then shoot the judge and leave. Police say Ferguson instead knocked on the door January 18th and fired shots through the door as soon as he heard a voice inside. Bell allegedly provided the mask Ferguson wore and identified the judge's address. Special Judge Lisa Swaim set Bell's bond at $3 million cash and $2 million surety. Bell will be isolated in jail with no communication except her lawyer.
A concern for the safety of the community. The defendant presents danger to herself or others based on the allegations.
2 other women face lesser charges in the case. Ferguson allegedly told police that he was pressured into this shooting because he owed both Moss and Bell tens of thousands of dollars. And if he was going to, this debt would be erased if he did this, and he would be promoted within their criminal gang if he carried out this plan.
I know you'll be following that case for us. Thanks so much, Rich. Well, tonight a 25-year-old man is now charged with a deadly hit-and-run case. New court documents tonight reveal that Javonte Wilkins faces 6 charges, including leaving the scene of an accident and driving while intoxicated. He's accused of hitting and killing Stephen Wozkak near 34th and Shadeland around 9 o'clock on Monday night. According to the court documents, Wilkins abandoned his car at a junkyard before eventually surrendering to police. Angela?
Scott, it was a snowy start this morning. Slow for some with some slick roads, but a lot of that has melted. Temperatures right now above freezing for a good part of central Indiana, including Greensburg at 34, downtown Indianapolis at 35, along with Noblesville, 34 Crawfordsville, and 36 degrees Bunker Hill. We do have lots of clouds, but not much on radar in terms of snow showers. By the way, the temperatures in the mid-30s now. Well, we're 13 warmer than this time yesterday in Indianapolis, up 14 in Columbus and Bloomington, up 17 degrees in Shelbyville and Muncie. But this isn't going to last. We've got colder air moving in tonight. As that colder air pushes south, we may see some additional flurries and snow showers. But right now, radar is clear if you're just headed out for dinner or to a high school basketball game. Future Track 13 shows a flurry or 2. We are not expecting any accumulations. We are expecting a cold weekend. A few flurries around tomorrow, no accumulations, but cold, 24 a high, 25 on Sunday.
Angela, thanks so much. Tonight, an 18-year-old is in jail and facing charges for threatening to shoot up Center Grove High School. Ashton Hackman explains for us how police quickly discovered and arrested the teen.
It started with messages to Center Grove High School's Instagram on Thursday night. Quote, "I'm walking in tomorrow with an ARP and I'm killing everyone that's in my sight. Better have your school and shut down." Those messages, police say, sent by 18-year-old Adrian Abundo Valente. Police obtained Valente's IP address and tracked him to his home on Indy's east side. IMPD SWAT searched the home around 5 Friday morning, reportedly finding a semi-automatic handgun and an apology note Valente reportedly wrote the school. Court documents reveal Valente said he made the threats because of a planned counter-protest at Center Grove, opposing an anti-ICE demonstration.
When they get something that's serious like this, like an allegation or a threat to commit a shooting or something like that, they're going to move on that really fast, and they did a good job doing their investigation.
Abundio Valente is now charged with intimidation as a level 6 felony. If convicted, it carries a maximum sentence of 2.5 years in prison. In Johnson County, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
About 500 students walked out at Warren Central this afternoon protesting ICE. They are now one of many high schools here in central Indiana participating in these kinds of walkouts and protests this week. These students carried signs along Post Road between 16th and 10th Street on the east side of Indianapolis. Police were on standby today as many were out walking along the street. One of the students that we talked to said the message is louder in numbers.
It just shows that people that we really care about this and that we're really passionate and want to send the right message the right way.
Students said they did not hear of any possible punishment. They said they were told they would not be allowed back into the building once they left. And students at Plainfield High School protested today against ICE. Jenna Webster was there after the school sent a warning to the students to not leave without permission.
I talked to a few Plainfield High School seniors at this protest. They say they do have excused absences. Their parents called them out, but they do understand why the high school was saying if you didn't have an excused absence, you would face consequences. They understand they're breaking the rules by not being in class. They just thought a 3-day suspension was maybe a little bit too much of a consequence.
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
Plainfield students are the latest to join a national wave of protests tied to immigration enforcement and ICE activity. Some of the students are part of the school's We the People team, a year-long study of the Constitution. It's because of what they're learning about the Constitution they wanted to protest. They say they have concerns about ICE detainees' due process.
Our country is only 250 years old as of this year. Every year, everybody who is born is another person that is going to one day be able to make these decisions that influence our politics in this country. And we believe that it is never too early to be able to fight for what is right.
Students spent about an hour walking outside Hummel Park before returning to school. In Plainfield, Jenna Webster, 13 News.
The wife of a Delaware County Sheriff's deputy killed in a crash is now filing a wrongful death lawsuit. That crash killed Corporal Blake Reynolds, who was helping a stalled semi-truck on I-69 in Delaware County. Last November, Corporal Reynolds was investigating a stalled semi after it lost control and then left a trailer blocking the right lane. During that investigation, a second semi-truck crashed into a squad car and killed him.
The death of her husband, Blake, was caused by the negligence of a couple of employees and agents, as well as a couple of companies who were actually named in this lawsuit.
No criminal charges have been filed against any of those defendants. Angela?
Scott, it is going to be a cold weekend, but a warming trend next week. I'll have a look ahead.
An 83-year-old woman is thankful to be alive tonight after suffering sudden cardiac arrest. Wait until you see the moment when she meets those who saved her life. It's inspiring Indiana. But first on this Friday night, a bill to bring the Chicago Bears here to Indiana is getting a big boost. The leader throwing his support behind that proposal. That story's next.